Welcome back for part 2, breaking down the Merit Beauty value and gift sets for the holidays. Last video we covered the archival lip set. Today we are covering the mini Flush Balm trio. I'm pretty sure this is something they do every year, but they switch out the shades and they always add a new limited edition shade. And of course, the limited edition shade ends up being everybody's favorite. And if everyone truly does love it, they make it part of their permanent line, which is what happened last year. And I was so glad. I just have to shout out my #1 favorite shade of the Flush Balm ever. It was the limited edition shade from last year's mini trio. It is in the shade Bespoke. I have to put some on because it is the most perfect beigey, purpley nude blush that has ever existed. In this year's set, we are getting 2 shades in their normal line: Postmodern, which is described as a deep pink brown, and Le Bonbon, which is a bright pink. With the addition of the shade Redux, I think, Redux, which is described as a medium warm pink. And I sadly can't do a lot of swatch comparisons to the other shades for these because I decluttered almost every single shade of my Merit blushes except for Bespoke and Archival. Don't get me wrong, I think Merit blushes are absolutely beautiful, but if you saw my last video, you'll know this continues to come up of they're just not long lasting on the skin. And when I was decluttering, I wanted to look for products that would make an impact in my beauty routine. So the 2 that I kept because I love the shades. Personally, I like to use the Merit blushes as a blush topper. These are so creamy and so blendable. They leave a really beautiful natural sheen to the face, almost as if you have a highlighter on. So after you have put on your cream blush and your powder blush, or maybe you've just powdered, these are a great way to add a bit of color back into your cheeks and get that shine and glow. But with that being said, just know that they just don't have the longevity that I typically go for in a cream blush. But again, I love the shades. So today I started with Postmodern, which they describe as a deep pink brown, but to me, this is like a berry shade. I used that on the outer edges of the cheeks. Then I went in with the new limited edition shade on the apples of the cheeks. This one is my favorite of the 3, but I still don't like it as much as last year's shade in Bespoke. Then after I had fully powdered my face, I added in Le Bonbon, which is this super bright pink, just to add a bit of that glow back into my makeup. And I really do like the way it turned out, but it did take 3.5 different blushes to get this level of pigment. That being said, this is a great way to try the formula if you've never tried it with 3 very different shades. But if there's one in the main collection that's just calling your name, just grab it, and hopefully it's Bespoke because I'm telling you, she's the one.